All right, welcome back, SolidWorks students. This is going to be a short lecture about the coffee mug project and kind of give you some hints on how to make the handle. So find your coffee mug, measure it up best you can. If you have to, just estimate the dimensions of the coffee mug, that's fine. I really don't even have one in front of me, but I've started with a cylinder, so you all know how to do that. What I want to focus on is how to get the handle on. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can do it in pieces, or you can do it with something called a spline, I think, or a sweep. I think they might call it a sweep. Anyway, I'll show you a couple ways to do it, and also introduce our reference geometry planes. Again, we did that in class, but it doesn't hurt to have more practice with those. And the sweep thing. So let's see how it goes. All right, so I have my cylinder that I made, right? I'll show you shell also, because shell's pretty handy. I'm gonna pause for a second. All right, so one of the ideas is to use this sweep tool. So if I hold the mouse over it, it's going to show you an example or a definition of what sweep does, right? It sweeps a closed profile along an open or closed path. So we can make a cross section and have it follow a path. So that tends to indicate you need two things. You need the cross section and the path. So I'm going to show you how to use a sweep. They're pretty powerful. But the first thing I have to do is make the path. And I'm going to make the path of the handle come off and around. So I'm not going to just make a circle, but kind of a rectangular handle. All right. So I need a plane for that. And I can probably use one of these planes, like that one right there, the right plane. So I'll go sketch. And it says select a plane. Remember that your history tree moves up here. I can open that up and say, I'll use this right plane. Okay, so now I'm just gonna make a path. So I'm gonna start in here somewhere, come out, I don't know how far, 1.5 inches maybe, come down, and then go back into the. Now that's a pretty ugly hand, right? But I could make it a series of arcs, but I also can do things like round corners, right? So I can go from here to here and make this rounded corner, and the adjustment's right here. So let's go 0.5. I like that. And then I can also keep clicking objects and it'll put them in. So this is just the display of what's going to happen, right? Here's the two fillets that are going to go in. Once everything works, this is in sketching, correct? Yeah. So I'm just making the path that my handle, here I'll roll it around, that my handle will follow this path, okay? And it's called a sweep. Now, when you're making paths, they do not have to be fully defined sketch. They just need to be a sketch, okay? So I'll hit that and I'll exit the sketch. So the profile that will follow that path needs to be a separate sketch. That's important. So you can see I have this sketch created that I've done nothing with, right? It's just a sketch on its own. If I open this up, I see this sketch was this extrusion, right? This sketch, nothing, just I created it. So now I'm going to create another sketch, but I need a plane out here on the edge of my cylinder to create a geometry that will follow this path. So I'm just going to do it, and I think it'll be more, it'll explain more as I do it. Anyway, I'm going to create a reference plane because there is no plane out here, but there are planes I can use, right? That front plane I'm going to use. So I click on it, and I had already put in the 1.25 to get it right on the tangent surface, right? See how it is? And it's perpendicular to my path, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to hit fully defined, good, go. And now I'm going to sketch on that plane. So then I can create my profile of my handle, right? Because I'm sketching really right here at this node, because this plane is right at the beginning of that first part of the line. Right? So I'll just do a circle, keep it simple, but you could use all kinds of geometries. You don't have to, that's interesting, it's not grabbing that exact location. That's interesting, I should grab that location. So maybe I can use a relationship. Let's see if I can grab that node. It's not letting me grab that node. Grab that. Maybe a sketch. All right, so I just zoomed out just a bit. I can grab that. And I should be able to grab the node. All right, grab both of those. Yeah, it's not finding a way to do this relation. So I'm going to keep fussing with it here. See if I can get this endpoint. For some reason it won't let me grab that endpoint. All right, I think I got it. Oh, I knocked it. All right, that's going to be very close. But I don't like that it won't let me grab that relationship. I'll try to figure out why it won't let me do that. All right, I'm going to dimension it. SolidWorks. 1/4 inch looks good. 0.25. Oh, that's pretty small. I'm going to go 0.5. That's better. All right, so now let's check this out. We'll exit the sketch. We have two sketches, sketch and a sketch, right? So let's see if we can do a sweep boss base. So a sweep boss base is going to make a solid, and it's going to ask for a couple things. So when I mouse over these boxes, it says profile and path. So here's the profile. It's that, right? So that's the profile. And then it automatically highlights the path. This is the path. So then it does it. All right. So it's close, but it's not perfect, just so you know. This plane, remember, is flat. It's flat. And when I look straight down, you'll see that the handle is not merged with the circular part. It won't do that, right? But I can make it do that. So what I can do is another sketch. So this is just doing it one more time, exact same thing, but this time I'm just going to do an extrusion to the mug itself. So another sketch on plane 2, right? And so I can rotate it if I want. And I can go circle, and it should find this center point. There it is. So come across to it, got it, and then out to it. So that sketch is literally on top of the other sketch, right? Literally right on top of it. So you have to zoom in, you have to roll it around, you have to kind of understand what we're doing. But now I want to extrude that sketch, not that direction, the other direction, and up to surface, this surface. So what that does is it should go to this surface. Now it's telling me I'm unable to create this feature because it would result in a 0 thickness geometry. So that SolidWorks has this problem when you're trying to fill these gaps in. See this gap? And it actually touches this geometry. So what I should do is I should have moved this plane out just a fraction more. So this is further away from the cylinder and you wouldn't have that problem. So, and actually, I don't know if maybe I have it intersected. So let's see if I can find out. I don't think it's intersected. Hard to tell though, because it regens arcs into straight lines, but anyway, that's the way to do it, right? So really, what I should do is go back in time and move this plane out a little bit. Maybe I can edit it. That's not quite. That out. All right, let's go like, I'll move it out a little more dramatic. So now it's going to be out away from the object. See? Back. So that solved part of the problem. See how I moved it out? So down here, it still followed the path all the way in. I need to make the path further away also. But now this would work up here, this sketch. So that sketch right there, right? So if I went extrude, it says, what sketch do you want to extrude? I want to extrude that one. And again, I don't want to do that. I want to go to surface. This surface. See how it's filling it in? Check. Oh my word, it does not like something. Unmerge it and see what it does. Yep, there we go. All right, so it does clean it up, and it would do that down here if I would have left that path. Short, stopped it at this point. All right, so we got that to work. Yeah, and then so maybe you look at that and go, that's a little ugly. You know, you can change these arcs, really make it pretty. You can move this in, maybe that's too far away. But yeah, this gives you your coffee cup. You could add taper to your cup when you do this extrusion. So that could blow up my model, but I'll show you where that is. So here's the taper, right? So it's going to taper it in a little bit, or you can draft it out. A lot of coffee cups are drafted out, which I think is odd, but let's see what it does. Oh, no, it didn't blow it up. Oh, but it's going all the way through. That's kind of fun. All right, so that's not exactly what we want with that. It's this extrusion. It's going all the way over to the backside. That's fascinating. Oh, you know what I could do is just undo that, get rid of this extrusion, right? And shell this first. So I want to show you that. I'm showing you a bunch of tools and you can use them as you want, but shell basically hollows out anything that's solid. So that's pretty thin. I'm not going to go that thin. I'm going to go like 0.2. Here, we're going to say faces to remove. That's this face. And we want to shell it inward. So let's see what it does. Yeah, it's having a hard time with it. Oh, that's still going through. So we got to fix that. But it did it, right? It shelled it out. And I think in shell, you can also, let's see, add taper. And it doesn't show that. Multi-thickness, maybe with multi-thickness. I haven't done that in so long. So no shell or no taper. All right. So we got it through. We just need to clean this up. We could do that with a cut, literally just cut it out. Or figure out why that extrusion, this extrusion went all the way through. We want to go up to surface, maybe we go up to body. Let's try that. And that worked. So instead of up to surface, we just did it up to body and it still cleaned it up. So yeah, it takes some fussing, got rid of it on the backside too. So that's good. This still somehow tweaked it down there, but that's our paths. All right. So that's enough to get you started. This is odd. I'm not sure what that is. See if I can. I don't think I can because it's not set. It's not part of this extrusion, doesn't appear to be. Not part of the sweep. I don't think. Oh, it is part of it's part of the profile. So somehow when we moved, this got moved all the way over. So let me see if I can clean up these. Put this back over here, this back over. Oh, we added taper. Yeah, we're mucking things up. But that's all right. It's good for me to see this. All right, let's see what this does. This might explode it. So this is where we go. No, we figured it out. And it's no longer through and it's no longer on the back side. So there you go. And is it clean? It's pretty clean. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I want. Good luck. It's gonna be challenging. You're gonna pull your hair out a little bit, but hopefully this helps. And you could add, you could add some fillets. Just make it pretty. You can add a fillet to these top rims. So in features, there is a thing called fillet and it rounds corners, right? So if I grab this thing right there, it'll round it up, maybe the outside. So just to give you an example, it gives it a look like that. Kind of nice. You can round up transitions. This could blow it up, so try it. Yeah, it's having a hard time figuring that one. Maybe this one. Don't think it's gonna do those. Those are pretty complicated. Yeah, that's a blow up. So I keep talking about exploding your part or your model. This is an explosion. Had a really hard time trying to figure out how to fill it between the handle and the cup. So I'll close that and I'll hit X to X out. And see, I haven't saved yet. I should have been saving all along. All right, good luck.